How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here, back with another video. Oh dear God, do we have to talk about Kraven the Hunter? Because I'm not Kraven the Kraven. I am not Kraven. If you guys would please give the video a thumbs up. Of course, if you guys do enjoy it, subscribe. Of course, if you guys have not already. Also, make sure you guys head over to Twitch, follow me there. Douglas447. I stream there on a regular basis, at least Tuesday and Friday, whether it's for FPS or RPG games. And let's talk about Kraven the Hunter, the newest and last spiderless Spider-Man Sony movie. So if you guys don't know, this is part of the continued Spider-Man-less Spider-Man Sony franchise that started off with, I believe, Venom. And then we got Morbius. Let there be Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Madam Web, that came out earlier this year. Venom: The Last Dance, and now we have Kraven the Hunter. And for better or worse, this film ends this 6-film franchise universe. And it's kind of weird because, like, Morbius has a bunch of stuff that was supposed to happen, and it hasn't come to fruition. Same thing with all 3 Venom movies. I mean, Venom literally popped up into the MCU, and they haven't done anything with that yet, so we'll see how that goes. Madam Web teased some new Spider-Man, and we haven't seen that, and I doubt that's going to happen. And this film teases a bunch of things like, comic book accurate Rhino, Chameleon, possibly Scorpion, and a bunch of other characters from the comics. And if sources are to be believed, which a lot of times they are, this being the last movie in this Spiderless Spider-Man Sony Universe thing, it being the last movie kind of concerns me because, like, they did all this build-up and now it's just... It's kind of the same thing with the DCEU. It's like they set up a bunch of stuff with, like, Darkseid, and now James Gunn and Warner Brothers has wiped the slate clean, and they're like, no, we're going to do something completely different now. And I'm just like... It's making these gigantic universe-like movies and stories be pointless to follow, because at any time the studio can be like, okay, this movie didn't make enough money, so we're just done. We're just done. And it screams problem to me. It makes you not want to get invested in a franchise anymore, and it makes you want to just watch a one-off 90-minute movie and then move on with life. So, first of all, I hated the fact that this film was rated R, but it does nothing with the R rating. It's like they filmed this movie, and it was made for the intent of being PG-13, and then, they added in some more blood and some more language because they could get away with it in an R-rating film, but it doesn't feel satisfying. It doesn't feel like it was designed and made to be R-rated to begin with, and then they toned it down to PG-13. Also, I hate the fact that, and I don't know much about Kraven the Hunter, but I do know that he's supposed to be a Spider-Man villain, not this anti-hero or hero character that this film portrays him as, which I didn't like. The plot is also very typical. It's a revenge plot, and, got to save a family member from certain death and doom. The dialogue is 100% awful. The CGI is terrible. There is some decent action sequences in here, but this film's like 2 hours long, and there's about like 10 to 15 minutes of action. Everything else is introducing all these characters and heroes and villains and whatnot that we're never going to see again, which just makes their appearance in the film feel pointless and useless. So there's a lot of time that is wasted on absolutely garbage. Now, you might be thinking, okay, did you like this more than Madam Web? Yes, but that doesn't make this film it doesn't mean this movie's good. Madam Web is total dog shit, okay? I would compare Madam Web, which I know I said I wouldn't watch, but I did watch it on Netflix, and I wish I could get my time back, but yeah, whatever. Madam Web and The Acolyte are probably the 2 worst things I've seen in 2024, and I will have a list of best and worst of 2024 come January 2025, so look forward to those videos. But back to Kraven the Hunter. It's not a good movie still. You have no emotional connection to any of the characters. You could care less what's going on, even though it makes logical sense, if you want to call it that. Another problem is just that there's 4 villains in this film. Yeah, you can count it on one hand. 4. You have Hitman, then you have Bad Daddy Issues, played by Russell Crowe, then you've got Rhino, and then you have some evil Professor X-like ripoff character that shows up. Why do you need 4 villains and a 2-hour runtime? Seriously, why? Because absolutely none of them get any really good development. Rhino, at least the actor that's playing Rhino, he knows he's in a bad movie, and so he's just going on. He's just going with it. He's just having fun, playing his character. Same thing with Aaron Taylor Johnson, I believe is the actor's name that's playing Kraven. He knows he's in a bad movie as well, because he's been in a lot of good things, like Bullet Train. And this movie, he knows it's bad. It's going to bomb. I think it's bombed like $11 million at the box office opening weekend, which is just, whatever. I almost forgot this movie was coming out. I'm more excited for Sonic 3, to be honest, which I will make a video about. But this movie has way too many villains. Also, Kraven as a character, like I said, I have no comic book knowledge as to how accurate this film is to his origin. But to be honest with you, how Kraven gets his powers, it is so stupid. It is dumber than Madam Web or Morbius. Like, literally, Kraven, he gets he gets destroyed by this lion, and then some of the lion's blood, or something happens. I honestly don't remember. It's that bad of a movie. I tried to burn it out of my brain, but yeah, some lion venom or lion blood gets injected into his wounds, and so human and lion come together, and that's how he gets his powers. It's so dumb. The pacing is bad. I was bored as hell watching this. I was constantly waiting for something actually interesting to happen, and it just takes forever to get to anything fun. There is no, if you do plan on seeing this movie, you don't need to skip. Yeah, I'm sorry, you don't need to stay throughout the credits. There are no post-credit scenes whatsoever, so you can save your time, save yourself, 10, 15 minutes and just walk out of the theater. And yeah, this is the end of the Sony Not Spider-Man universe thing. This is a movie that I will easily forget exists, and the fact that I watched it, I kind of want my 2 hours back and my money back. I saw it for a Tuesday matinee for $5, and I still want my money back. I don't think this film is worth more than $1. There are some interesting parts in it, like we do get, like I said, a comic book accurate Rhino, and there's about 10 to 15 minutes of really cool action, but that is about it. Like, I don't know who is in charge of making these garbage movies. Like, out of the 6 films that came from this Spider-less Spider-Man Sony Universe thing, the only one that I've actually enjoyed was Venom. And then Morbius you can enjoy, but you need a lot of liquor. Because I'm not interested in doing... And I own Morbius. And I own Venom 1 and 2, and I own Venom The Last Dance, because at least it does end the trilogy on somewhat of a decent note. But Kraven the Hunter, Madam Web, these are 2 movies that I honestly could care less to see again. And I will probably forget they even exist unless someone brings it up in conversation. So with it, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. You know what? I'm going to give it a 3. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. There was some fun parts in it, but yeah, and I've seen some 1s and 2s. I'm going to give it a 3. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day, and look forward to more awesome videos coming soon. Bye, guys.